guys, welcome back to my channel. Long time no see. I know it's been a while since we last saw each other and I am really sorry about that. I just wanted to make sure this video was the best it could possibly be. I know what you guys are thinking. Danielle, we've been having online classes for over a month now. What makes you think we need your tips? We've got it all handled. We have mastered online classes. And you're right, this video is really long overdue and there is no point in me posting it. It also doesn't help that there are thousands of YouTube videos like this. So mine is basically gonna get lost in the thousands that have been posted. But let me tell you, this video is very, very unique, and that is because I made it. That is really all this video has going for it. And also the fact that it has a lot of really helpful tips that can make you guys better students overall. So it's a win-win situation. You get to watch me talk for like 20 minutes and you get some helpful tips to help you in school. So you get, you know, the best of both worlds. So if you guys want to learn some tips and tricks from me on how to survive online classes, keep watching. Super quick before we start, I am sweating like a sinner in church, but I thought it would be important to mention that this video was filmed over a month of online classes, so you get to see my genuine reactions, my blood, sweat, and tears, my mental breakdowns, basically my entire experience. So I think that's what makes this video pretty darn unique. All right, let's get started. Before I took a year off from school, one of my favorite things was walking from one class to the next. Walking around campus was basically my breather between classes. Sometimes I would even take the longer way to my class just to get a glimpse of my crush, or stop by the canteen to get myself a nice cup of Milo. The Milo sa canteen, sa nature. School has definitely not been the same since I haven't been able to experience these little things that I love. So one thing I've done to replicate this is tip number 1. Work in new environments. Taking a shower and packing my bag gives me the illusion of getting ready for school, even when I'm really just in my living room. As much as possible, try not to have classes in your bedroom. We all know how tempting our beds can be. At least once a month, I do my schoolwork at my favorite coffee shops. I'm more productive when I'm surrounded by people, and a little part of me hopes that Prince Charming might walk in and fall in love with me at first sight. So far, I've had no luck with that, but here's to hoping. There is nothing more distracting than a messy workspace. And for a girl whose attention span is alarmingly low, I find it difficult to concentrate during my classes when I know things are out of place. This is why tip number 2 is an absolute must. Declutter your workspaces. I didn't realize I was so distracted by the patches of peeled off paint on my walls until I found myself counting them during class. I painted over them to get some peace of mind. It's important to get rid of little distractions. The programs from some of my hosting events have been sitting at my desk for months now, taking up quite a lot of space. Seeing my desk all tidied up felt really nice. Aside from your home, your gadgets are considered your workspaces too. Declutter your digital workspace by sorting and deleting unwanted files. It will make you more organized and will help you concentrate better. I just finished the class. It lasted 2 hours and 30 minutes. Our teacher didn't meet us for the class, but they did leave us some activities to do within the time frame of our class. Basically, when the class would end, that was the deadline. At first, I thought the activities were manageable, but with the time frame that we were given, it really wasn't manageable. A huge chunk of our time was used to figure out how to do the assignment because it wasn't really clear. They're not completely incomprehensible, but they're in need of follow-up questions. Probably like 30 minutes of our time was used to figure out how to do the activities. It was not chill. at all. It was so stressful. I haven't been that stressed in such a long time. I'm glad to know that it wasn't just me that was super stressed. All of my classmates were also pretty stressed. I thought the perfect way to show you just how intense that 2 hours and 30 minutes were, I'm gonna read to you some of the messages that some of my classmates sent me and sent our group chat. Unsaon ang guys kay hapit ako maghikog kamay na lang. Piste juningin ani Dan, I give up. Same. Hi Diyos ko, mudawat matakog task ba pero ayaw pud ani. Mura ra batag ko sugog internet hilikro. Taysa, galibog ko mag-unsa. Lipo pa kay ko. Ayan. Ha 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 ha. Kanang kay lakon kas kalangan mo. I felt that. And finally, grabe, wadyoy ayon ning klasya, and I totally agree. That was sent, those messages were sent by different people, and that's just how stressed we were. I think I'm gonna go take a nice long nap. Tip number 3 is pretty much self-explanatory. Have something to look forward to. I know they say you're supposed to live in the present, but having something to look forward to makes those tough days easier to manage. Mom and I had dinner at one of our favorite restaurants after a hectic week. This is my favorite dish on their menu. When I first tried it, it was love at first bite. You should try it sometime. Like most of you guys, I haven't been able to see some of my family members due to the pandemic. And one of those family members is my dearest cousin Mariana, who is like a sister to me. She and I don't talk very often now since we're both really busy, me with school, her with work, but we did manage to schedule a Zoom call at the end of the week. We talked about how I'm adjusting to online classes after being out of school for over a year, and how there should have been an academic freeze knowing how ineffective online classes would be. We also talked about her baby, Thursday Club, and how she managed to make her business a success despite the challenges of starting one during a pandemic. I'm extremely proud of everything she's accomplished. She works so hard all the time. I can't think of anyone who's more deserving. I always make it a point to spend time with my Benji at least twice a week. He doesn't really understand the concept of bikes, so it's kind of hard to bike around the house without him crashing into it every 5 minutes. I was very excited for Saturday since I planned on watching Friday the 13th, the final chapter, which is the 4th film in the franchise. My brother, who is the biggest Jason Voorhees fan I know, thinks the 4th movie is the worst one in the franchise. I trust him on that, but I still watched it anyway. Shifting from one course to another is really tough. I was in a completely different world with mass communication. I had new teachers, new classmates, a new kind of classroom, so it was really scary to go through all of that alone. Thankfully, I didn't have to be alone for long. This brings me to tip number 4. Find yourself a Kelly. Kelly was also a shifty like me. She messaged me during the first week of school and called me her shifty sister. Kelly was my first friend in mass comm. She looks out for me a lot of the time. I'm lucky to have her. It's amazing how we both shifted during the same year and to the same course. I thought the biggest plot twist I would have this school year was that I shifted to a different course. It turns out it was this girl from beigedeer that became my best friend overnight. So I've been having a really bad week. For the course of like almost a month, I was filming content for online classes. So all of my clips were in my SD card. I transferred the files and then I don't know what happened, but I lost like almost all of them. And we got the results for one of our assignments for a major class. I got a 2.8, so I was really like confused. And then when I attended class, our teacher mentioned something about mixing up terms. Please don't mix up this term with this term. And then that's when I realized that's what happened, because that's the worst feeling ever. To know na, oh, like you didn't get the perfect score because kadinangag ka. I don't know, maybe it's just the stress that I've been dealing with a lot because there are a lot of things that are due. It's group work, and if you know me, I hate group work. Like, nothing is going right, and I have a major presentation tomorrow, and voila, it's just... I haven't been in school for like a year, and this is the first time since, you know, then that I've gone back to school. I've been doing so well, and then this is the first major thing that has gone wrong. I didn't get anxiety at all for the first week, second week, but now na there's like, it's prelims, and there's like a label na prelim, so it's a big deal. I hate overthinking because I can't work when I overthink. I'm just trying to calm myself down, so I thought filming would make me feel better because it's as if I'm talking to someone about it. And I know it's just the beginning and there are still so many assignments that I can make up for it, but not long. Like, I'm not recording this to like for pity or whatever. I just want to show you what triggers like my anxiety, what might, you know, cause me to feel like this. So even if it's just like a very minor thing, I make it into a really big thing. And even me saying that right now, I don't believe it's just a minor thing. I think it's a really big deal. Of course, I learned from this because that's all I can do at this point. So even if I don't believe it, it's just one assignment and I can make up for it. Even if I want to have everything perfect all the time and everything is the best that it can possibly be, sometimes you can't have that. And school is like that, diba? School is like that. Like, you learn and then you realize, no, oh, nasayop ka, so you don't do it again. But, sige na, okay na. It's fine. It's fine. You got this. You're okay. You are okay.
Here's another tip. Do assignments the moment they're assigned. Out of all the tips I've mentioned, this is the most important. I manage well when under pressure. Hosting helped me a lot with that, but I hate getting stressed. So, I make sure my schoolwork never piles up. This Friday, our teacher gave us an assignment that was due in 2 weeks, but I knew if I didn't do it right away, I'd cram it later on. So, I did my future self a favor and started right away. In return, it gave me more time to enjoy my weekend. Stop you're not supposed to look into the camera.
I know I'm not supposed to look into the camera, but I just wanted to say super quick how proud I am of you and me.
Aw, me too. We're being so responsible.
Oh, no, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about how we lie through our teeth so effortlessly, people will never know we actually do not follow these steps.
Oh, what do you mean? We actually do follow these tips.
Sure, I guess, some of them, but definitely not this one, especially after the weekend we had.
The weekend we had? We must have had entirely different weekends.
Entirely different weekends? What are you talking about? We are the same person.
Well, if you didn't spend your weekend doing schoolwork, then yes, we had different weekends.
What?
What do you mean, what?
That is not how this weekend went at all.
Yes, it is. You're being crazy.
No, you know
Enough.
what? You talked about your weekend. Let me tell you how my weekend went, okay? On Friday, this was given as an assignment, and we both looked at it and we said, you know what? Let's do it tomorrow. We have the whole weekend anyway. Saturday comes around, and what did we do? Everything but our assignment. We cleaned our room, we washed our hair, and we even replied to some of our pen pals. Productive, sure, but not our assignment. And finally, Sunday. You know what? We even thought about doing our assignment for a split second until we found out all 15 seasons of Grey's Anatomy was available on Netflix.
Okay, hold on. We deserved that break. Saturday was so stressful.
You know what? No, we even watched the entire 9th season in one day. We finished it. We breezed through it. I don't even know if I'm disappointed or actually impressed that you managed to stay interested for that long, because you and I both know you change series like you change boyfriends. So don't pretend like you have your life together. You don't pretend with me, because you and I both know you are a pretentious son of a bitch. Okay, I think that that is enough for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys learned something from this. I know that you guys are probably experts already with online class, but I thought I might chip in and give a little tip or two. If you like this video, please do leave a like. If you have anything that you want me to do next, please leave it in the comments below. And if you haven't yet, subscribe to my channel. I have to attend my class in a bit, so I will say goodbye for now. But before I go, I want to leave you guys with one thing. If you have the opportunity to be kind, be kind. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Mwah!